Calgary Police Homicide Unit continues to investigate a double homicide in the city's northeast and are asking the public to come forward with any information. At approximately 8 p.m. last night, we were called to a home in the 000 block of Redstone Manor Northeast for reports of shots being fired. When officers arrived, they found one man deceased at the scene and a woman in life-threatening condition. The woman was transported to hospital with a police escort but died of her injuries a short time later. A third person in the car, a 5-year-old boy, was not injured during the shooting. The female victim in this case is known to police, and this shooting is believed to be gang-related. This was not random, and at least one of the victims was the likely intended target. The 38-year-old male victim was found dead in the front passenger seat of the vehicle inside an attached garage. The 34-year-old victim was found on the driver's side. The victims were in a common law relationship, and autopsies on both victims are scheduled for tomorrow. Their names will be released once this is completed, and notification of next of kin has also been completed. Several family members were inside the home when the shooting occurred and have been spoken to by homicide investigators, and we continue to seek information from the public regarding suspects in this case. No suspect description is available for release at this time, and reports of a white minivan being sought in connection with this incident we believe are inaccurate at this point. Anyone with information is asked to contact police by calling 403-266-1234 or the homicide tip line, and tips can also be left anonymously by contacting Crime Stoppers. The CPS continues to ask the public to be vigilant and to call police if they have any information about crimes in our city. This can be done anonymously, again through Crime Stoppers or the non-emergency line. And the police service also has a website, GRIP, GRIP, or Gang Reduction, Intervention and Prevention, where parents, members of the public, and those involved in high-risk lifestyle can go to for help. So I'll answer what questions I can. Keep in mind it's only been a few hours since the event, but I'll do what I can to answer what questions you have.
Do you have any idea whether there was more than one gun involved, more than one suspect?
Not at this point in particular. Crime scenes will continue to process that scene. Typically, these incidents involve more than one assailant, but we don't know that in this case for sure.
Did the 911 call, the initial 911 call, come from a neighbor? Did it? Do you guys believe that it came from one of the victims?
I think it came from, didn't come from one of the victims. I think it came from somebody at the house where it occurred.
Are you in a position to say whether they had just arrived home, the garage door was still open, or can you give us a sense
Believe
of
so.
what transpired?
Yeah, we believe so. It would appear, which is typical in these types of incidents, that the victims were possibly being monitored, arrived at the residence, pulled into the garage, and the attack occurred at that point.
You said that the female was known to police. Can you say why, and was the other victim known to police as well?
The male victim, not so much. The female victim's known to police and has a lengthy history of being associated to multiple criminal networks in the city.
Are family members being cooperative?
At this point, yes.
How many other people were in the home at the time?
I believe two. A relative of the female victim and her other child.
Can you talk about the 5-year-old child who was in the vehicle, relationship to the victims?
I believe the 5-year-old son was the son of the female victim. He was in the back of the vehicle at the time. It's unknown to police if whoever's responsible knew the child was there or not, but the child exited the vehicle post-event, entered the house at the same time the people in the house were exiting the house because they heard what was going on in the garage, and then the call was made to police.
How are the children doing now, and what happened to them? Are they in social services?
Yeah, social services gets engaged at the time of the incident last night, and have been caring for the children since, and decisions around placement will be up to them. Anybody else?
You said that you don't have any description on suspects or possible vehicles involved. Have any witnesses come forward saying they saw a vehicle?
There's always a canvas for witnesses that occurs, both witnesses and video in the area, so we'll continue to explore that. We have had some witness information come forward. It's not information that we can release at this time, but there is I guess a couple things to go on, but that'll all get flushed out as the investigation continues and more video is sought and more witnesses come forward, and potentially I would like to appeal to persons involved in this incident and remind them that there's really only two ways out of this lifestyle, right? A police-assisted exit strategy or what happened last night. So there's clearly long memories involved, and your best chance at survival and exiting this lifestyle is to come forward and let us give you a hand.
You talk about long memories. Was perhaps one of the targeted victims a high-ranking person, like you mentioned, a criminal record extensive? Can you expound on that a little bit?
I'm not personally familiar with the extent of the criminal record, but there's a lengthy history of criminal network involvement, for sure. As far as what rank she was at or what level, I don't know, but there's a substantial history there of associating with criminal networks.
Is it believed that this shooting was retribution for any other recent crimes here in the city or past?
We'll look at that. It's possible that it's linked. There's a good likelihood it's going to be linked to other things. These don't usually happen in isolation, but it speaks to that whole exit strategy that as much as you think you've gotten on with your life, clearly that's not the case.
Has video surveillance, any video cameras been particularly revealing for you so far?
We have canvassed and continue to canvass for video. I'm not aware of what the results of that are. It takes a while to process that, but there has been investigators out since the event last night scouring that area for video.
Forgive me, one more question.
Sure.
Do you believe this 34-year-old female victim had left particular things behind, or was still currently involved with the gang life?
I'm not sure what her current status was, but it does speak to the fact, and we see it in these incidences, there's really there's no statute of limitations on what people think your involvement was or what they may want to have you pay for down the road. So it's that whole exit strategy that we preach, that there's only really the two ways out, right? Police assisted exit strategies, or often what happened last night.
I know you said the woman is known to police, but had police responded to any other calls at that residence in particular in the past?
I don't think so. Anybody else?
Yeah, was it the victims' homes or was it the parents of the victims?
I believe the victims reside at that residence.
Or with family members?
I think there's extended family that are at least there perhaps temporarily or were there last night.
Were there other children in the home as well, or just the one 5-year-old boy that was in the car?
The second child of the female victim was at the residence.